Today, victory parades are most often associated with professional sports teams. After winning a championship, the team parades through their city to show off their trophy, and they take in the roar of cheers from hundreds of thousands or even millions of people in the streets. But long before the victory parades of sports teams, Roman military leaders were starting the trend. They called them Roman triumphs, and they were public spectacles. Parades in which Roman conquerors would return home to show off the spoils of war. Not only gold and silver, but also people, prisoners of war. Before he became the emperor of Rome, Julius Caesar was, of course, a legendary military general. And after some of his great victories, he returned to Rome for a triumph parade. And can't you just imagine him riding in on his horse and chariot, wearing his toga, purple with gold embroidery? Historians say the toga may have even had a palm leaf embroidered on it, a Roman symbol of victory from the god Nike. And the people may have been waving palm branches as they shouted words of acclamation and adoration in Caesar's direction. At the end of the parade, Caesar would have likely gone into Jupiter's temple to make sacrifices to the Roman gods. Shortly after his death, the Roman Senate bestowed a new title on Caesar posthumously, the Divine Julius. And later that same Senate would bestow another title on his son Augustus, the new emperor of Rome, the Son of God. As you listen to this recounting of Roman history, you can undoubtedly hear some parallels to the gospel accounts of Palm Sunday. Jesus' procession into Jerusalem that day was a victory parade of sorts. People lined the streets to watch Jesus ride into the city victorious. They waved palm branches and they called him king. And yet there are also some obvious contrasts to the Roman triumphs. Jesus didn't ride a horse and chariot, but a lowly colt. He didn't come with weapons of war, but words of peace. He didn't bring gold and silver, but good news to the poor. He didn't go into the temple to make sacrifices to God, but instead to overturn tables and call out the economic injustice being perpetrated against the poor Jews there. Ultimately, Jesus wasn't honored at the end of his victory parade. Instead, a few days later, he was arrested, sentenced to death, and crucified. So what was Jesus doing on Palm Sunday? What was his intent? Why did he make such a public spectacle of his entry into Jerusalem? And what happened that day that paved the way to the cross? Well, I hope to see you in worship here at Fairmount this Palm Sunday when we'll tell the rest of the story and we'll answer those questions. Blessings to you as we enter this most holy week of the Christian year.